Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the U17 Alumni Cup here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I'm Simon Chiskovsky. You're watching a matchup between BC and Quebec. BC currently making their way through the offensive zone, making their way down the left side, centering it once again. He's going to push in with it. Back behind the goal. Rushing up the right side now. He'll slip down. Quebec trying to move the other way. And we're going to get our first penalty of the game. This one's going to BC's Gordon. Quebec with a man-up advantage, whipping it on goal. This one's going to get rejected by the goaltender. He's going to send a long pass through center. Down to a midfielder on the right side here. They're going to hold it here at center. And that will do it for Quebec's man advantage. BC to the far left side. You're going to notice that compared to the usual, we're playing on a different field than the rest of the U17 games that we've had so far this week. That's because right now we have two U17 matchups going on at the same time. Obviously, BC and Quebec here on Field 2. On Field 1, we're seeing Saskatchewan and Ontario. Currently, we're having some issues getting the other stream for Saskatchewan and Ontario up. Currently, your score in that one, though, is 1-0 Saskatchewan. That game will be right up and ready to go fairly quick here. BC with it behind the goal is currently sitting in the box. He's going to be Achabane for Quebec. Doyle sending it down the right side. And it looks like, as a bit of good news, Stream 1 on Field 1 is now back up. So if you're at all interested in going to check out our other game going on here at the Field Lacrosse Nationals here at New Brighton Field on CROW LAX TV, you can absolutely go do so. All you got to do is check out our live feed on the other side as Quebec buries one here. Or excuse me, that's BC. I've got the blue jerseys mixed up, at least. As BC takes a 2-0 lead early here in the first quarter. BC winning the face-off, sending it across center now. Eli Smith heading into the offensive zone. BC launching it behind the goal. As BC's defense has to start a breakout now. BC with it in the offensive zone. We're still here sitting in the first quarter. I believe this BC squad is already confirmed to be going on to the gold medal game later today for the U17 category. Quebec with it up high now. Taking it down the right side. He's going to hold it there. Thomas Demers has it. Sending it down low. Finding the stick of Godin. But only for a moment as BC gets the steal and is now going to try and head back down the field. All the way down here, they're going to march in. BC looking for a third. Putting that one across, and they'll find it. And that brings their lead up to 3. So we get ready for another face-off here. BC gathering back behind their own goal. Pushing up the left side on the stick of Smith. He's going to get some instant pressure. Having to head up the floor now. Turpin with it. He's going to get over center without much problem. Deciding to hold it there. As BC won't be able to bury that shot attempt. Quebec now pushing back up on the stick of Rule. Back over and across. BC with it in the offensive zone. Doyle on the other side, putting it on goal. Excellent save there by the challenging goaltender. That's Tibbleton in between the posts. They're going to send it right back to Tybalt. Tybalt, not afraid to leave his 2 posts, but it's stolen by BC. Doyle with it. He's just going to turn on back. And it looks like we're going to be getting another goal for BC here. BC up 4-0 early. We're still here in quarter 1, and we're going to get our first timeout. This one is going to be for Team BC. Currently on our other field right now, we're getting a very close game in between U17 Saskatchewan and U17 Ontario. You can find that stream also here on CROW LAX TV. If you have any interest in checking out that one all you have to do is head over to our live feed on our YouTube page. That one's also still in the first quarter. Both teams still sitting in a timeout. And it looks like we'll be seeing both of them coming back shortly. BC's starters have already returned to the field of play, so we'll wait for Quebec. Still in the first quarter, as I mentioned, your score 4-0. As an update as to what's going on the other field, we had a goal from Saskatchewan, who took the lead and are now up by 1. It looks like BC will be starting with it. They're just going to walk this one right in, handing it over to Robinson. Down low behind the goal. Back in front to Doyle. Rushing up with it. Back in front. Last second shot. That one goes off of the Quebec goaltender. And it looks like our first quarter has come to an end. So thank you so much for joining us for the first frame here. We'll be right back with you once the second quarter gets back underway. Once again, your score 4-0 BC. All right, welcome back. We are moments away here from the second quarter. BC, Quebec. We're getting ready for an opening face-off here. Both players still not quite ready, but we'll see them approaching ready position as we get a little bit closer here. 2-1 is your score on our other U17 game going on. Just behind me over on Field 1. You can catch that stream also here on CROW LAX TV. BC will win the face-off down into their own zone. Sending it back towards their goaltender. That's Owen Byers. Rushing up the right side here is Turpin. Turpin. Grabbing it on the right side, down to O'Callahan. O'Callahan will walk it to the corner himself. Has Richardson with him. Takes it back behind the goal. Sending it into the slot. Back up to center. Rushing down the right side with it. Corner once again, this time with Richardson. He'll spin back. Trying to set something up in front. Won't quite be able to connect, and now Quebec is heading the other way. Won't get too far, though, as he runs into a double team. BC with the steal. But we've got flags. It looks like we are going to have Robinson sitting in the box for the penalty for BC. which means that Quebec will have a man-up advantage here for a short moment in time. Down the left side. Back up high. As they're still looking for their first goal of this one. Byers down the left side here. This one's going to end up going all the way down the left side. As BC has it on the left side, they'll waste a little bit of clock. As BC no longer has a penalty, and their man has left the box. Doyle has it up high on the left side. We're still sitting in a score of 4-0 on our other field. Looks like it has reached its first quarter break. Currently the score is 2-2. The teams going on over there are Saskatchewan and Ontario. We'll get ready for another face-off here. Both players getting ready for a face-off, and off we go. Sending a long pass. Back to Byers. Byers all the way down the right side. It's Doyle with it now. Holding it at center now, waiting for a good opportunity. BC charging over the center line now. Quebec back behind the goal now. This one finds Tybalt on the stick of Bear. Back up high now. Lavalley sending a long pass to the left side. Tessier with it. Charging down the left side of a defender. Back out high. Right in front for Quebec, as they're going to continue to just work this one around. Taking their time with their offense. Back up high once again. This one across to Tessier once again. Up on the high left wing. Right in front again. Has a shooting lane, but that one's going to whistle right on by. BC starting with it back behind their goal. Roach had it. He sent this one over the midfield line. BC out to center. This one's on the stick of Robinson. Robinson down the left side. Tries to find someone in the slot. They will, and BC takes a 6-0 lead. Heading over center now. BC with it. Right in front. Cross crease as they grab another. Or not quite, as it looks like he had a foot down in the crease. And it's going to get waved off. And it looks like there's going to be a technical call as well. Or not, or it looks like my correction was wrong. It was, in fact, a goal. And that brings BC up to 7-0. Fairly solid start for the U17 BC squad. They're already heading into the gold medal matchup later today against Ontario, who is currently playing on the other field here against Saskatchewan. Currently the score is 2-3. Ontario is leading. They're also in the second quarter. Doyle walks this one over the center line. Walking it over center to Luang. This one sends BC down the left side. Back behind the goal to Gordon. Back behind the goal again. Up the left side now. Gordon, left side, charging in, and that one goes top left. We'll get ready for another face-off. Both BC And Quebec fighting for it. It'll be won by BC, and we've got a player down. We're going to get a whistle here. He's going to be quick to get up. Looks like that's Bateman, as he's going to be able to get off on his own, excuse me. Hopefully he's all right, as he's going to get some assistance from our trainers here on staff to make sure that he's okay. We are going to see this one continue now, though. BC starting with it, back with their goaltender. This one's on the stick of Byers. Byers walking up. This one sent to Twamley. Twamley down the right side, takes it over center, and will slow things right down. Over to O'Callahan. Down to the far right corner now. Robinson up with it at center. Over to Turpin. Moving down the left. Pushing forward. Charging through with it. Whips this one on goal, as that one once again will find the back. We'll get ready for another face-off now. As for our game going on in Field 1, currently we are in a timeout break, I believe, by Saskatchewan. The lead is currently being held by Ontario. They're up by 2. Your score is 4-2. BC walking across center with it now. Launching this one in. And we're going to get a penalty here. This one looks like it'll be going on Quebec. Sitting in the box right now will be number 22 for Quebec. I believe it'll be a 1-minute penalty. Working around the right side, down to the far corner. Back behind the goal now. Jumping shot. That one is going to beat Quebec's goaltender. And that will do it for that penalty. BC pushing down the left side, back behind the goal. To the far side, on the stick of Richardson, launching this one. And it looks like that will do it for our first half here. Your score, 10-0 BC. as they lead. We will be right back with you once the teams return to action for the second half of play. All right, welcome back to quarter 3 of action here going on at the Field Lacrosse Nationals. You're watching the U17 Alumni Cup. This is a matchup between BC and Quebec. We're in day 4, which is medal day. This is one of the last round robin games we have before we get into the bronze and gold medal matchups, which we will be bringing to you later today, all throughout the afternoon. But until then, currently we have 2 games going on. As I mentioned, neither are medal, but both still very, very important. On our other field here, we have a matchup between Saskatchewan and Ontario, both playing for a chance to face off against BC, the team we're watching currently, in the finals for the gold medal. So the loser will, I believe, is guaranteed to go to the bronze at the very least. In case I didn't mention it, your score currently 10-0 BC. Quebec charging in and burying one there. That gives them their first as their bench gets loud. And we'll get ready for another face-off here. Refs quickly convening with both players before we get back underway. BC with it in the offensive zone now. Back behind the goal. Quebec trying to jump on it, won't quite find it. This one's on the stick of Richardson, over to Turpin. Turpin with it, pushing in down the right side. Spins off the defender, back in front. Turpin, back behind the goal, cross the slot. Loaded up by Twamley before being sent across center again. Charging down the right side with it, behind the goal once more. Finds Dane in front as he buries one there. BC continues to just add to their already very high scoring lead. We're going to get ready for another face-off here. This one's won. BC running into the Quebec end. O'Callahan with it. We're in quarter 3. Your score 11-1. Our game on the other field. Currently sitting in the middle of a break. Your score over there, 4-3 for Ontario, with Saskatchewan scoring the last one, bringing us within 1 goal. Covered up by Quebec's goaltender on our side, but over there we've got a very, very close game. Moving up the field with it. That's the goaltender, Tybalt. Turning back with it. Has to spike it into the dirt. It'll be picked up by a Quebec defender now. Quebec with it in the offensive zone. They're continuing to work behind the goal now. Ends up getting fouled. And it looks like we're going to have a flag on the play. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout here as well. Number 3 for BC, Richardson, sitting in the box. Once we return, it was a 1-minute slashing call. But regardless, we'll be right back with you once the game gets back underway. We're back underway here. BC, Quebec, your score 11-1. Quebec has it, making their way around the offensive zone. And it looks like this one all the way back in Quebec's zone already. (11-1) still your score. BC in the offensive zone here. Robinson sending it down the right side. Picked up over there Charging with it is Luang. Back across to Robinson. This one ends up going out the side. BC is going to get it right back behind the goal. O'Callahan with it. They'll continue to work around the offensive zone with it. He'll turn back behind the goal. Rushing up the side. Sending it back up far. On the stick of Robinson with it. From the other side. That one misses the goal and is going to go out the back. BC continuing to work with it. Now this one put on goal as they're going to get another one, bringing them up to 12. We're currently in the third quarter of play, about to get ready for another face-off. 12-1 is the score. We've got Saskatchewan and Ontario playing a very close-fought game. This one, what is currently at stake on the other field is a matchup against BC for the gold medal. Loser will play in the bronze. We've got both of those games coming up later today here on CROW LAX TV. BC with it at center. Doyle has it on his stick. Doyle with it, pushing down the left side. This one sent to the corner. Back in front again. Up high, has a lane, spins back off of the man. Has to send it across once more, finds a cutter down the slot, and BC increases their total up to 13. And it looks like we're going to get some flags in the air as well. We'll wait to see what the call ends up being. Currently sitting in the box is number 20 for Quebec. So we get ready for another face-off here. (13-1) your score. We're currently in the third quarter. Quickly approaching the fourth. This one has Bearer. Bearer sending it down the right side. Picked up there by Gordon. Gordon will get it right back here at center. This one sent to the far left side. Picked up by Quebec in their own defensive zone. And that penalty for Quebec is going to run out. He's going to get knocked around on the sideline. Quebec retaining possession, sending it back behind the goal. Trying to push down the left. Centering it, and picked up once again on the stick of Gawler. Sending it across, finds Smith. Rushing over here, Smith once again on the right side. One minute left in the third quarter. It'll end up back behind the goal. Starting on the left. Long pass out to center. Robinson with it, fakes left, goes right. Charging down Main Street. Over to the right side of the slot, and BC has 14. We'll get ready for another face-off. Ontario and Saskatchewan on the other field have restarted their play, currently in the third quarter. Very, very close game going on over there. Like I mentioned earlier, fighting for a chance to take on BC, who we are currently watching in the gold medal game later today. You can catch that on CROW LAX TV. We've got a Quebec player in the box. That looks like Achabane currently sitting. It was only a 30-second call. It looks like he's going to be leaving really quick here. And that is going to do it here. First half of play is going to come to a, or excuse me, sorry, lost count. It's going to be the fourth quarter coming up here. Make sure to stick around for that. We'll have the coverage for the entire rest of this game and plenty more this weekend. Make sure to stick around. All right, welcome back to the fourth quarter of play. BC currently up 14-1 over Quebec in what will be their final game before they head into the gold medal. Moving up with it. This one is on the stick of Doyle. Doyle across the way. BC on the left side. That's going to give him one more. We'll get ready for another face-off. BC with it in the attacking zone here. Down the left side. Back behind the goal. Twamley with it. BC centering it now. Back up high to Gordon. Down the right side to O'Callahan. Trying to push off his defender. Continuing to work around the left side now. Back behind the goal. In front. Diving chance. He'll get knocked down. Quebec continuing to try and work him off of it. And it looks like BC centering it. Gordon giving it back. That one going wide. BC along the left. We're in the fourth quarter over here. Third quarter of play just expired on our other field here between Saskatchewan and Ontario. Ontario leading 5-3. Gordon across the way, finds O'Callahan. Back behind the goal now. In front here, sending it across, finds Twamley. Twamley to the corner. BC continuing to try and force their way into the slot. Back up high, Gordon along the left side. Gordon gets it back, finds Twamley. Along the left side, walks in is Callahan, who sends this one to Freeman, who buries it top corner. $16-1 now. This one pinned down. The Quebec center trying to knock it away. Won't quite get there. BC quickly getting an advantage in the dog pile before it's given back to Quebec for a foul on BC. The Quebec center was pretty happy to have won that face-off. Quebec on offense. Down the other side. Yeah, rolled through his legs. Robinson has it. Down in the corner. Back behind the net for the BC goaltender. Is that... Spires back there. BC charging through the center lane with a chance on goal. And that one's going to find netting. BC charging down the left lane. He's all alone. Puts that one wide of the goal. Now with it on the other side. Quebec starting their breakouts. Making it over center. He's going to get knocked down. And we're going to get a quick flag in the air. And it is going to be a 30-second call to Bear. He's going to be sitting. And we're going to see Quebec get a chance here at their man advantage. On the other side, Quebec back through center. Far left corner, back up high. Low shot as Quebec is able to increase their total to 2. BC Quebec. Another face-off here. This one's won by BC. Heading into the offensive zone. This one up high. BC gonna rock this one across center. Along the left. O'Callahan has it down to the corner. O'Callahan will get it right back. Up high once again. O'Callahan down low. Behind the goal. BC continuing to just increase the pressure. O'Callahan once again pushing down left. Finds a teammate in the slot, putting her low, but that one won't get too far. Quebec defender ends up going down on the play, but he'll get back to his feet pretty quick. Back down low here. All the way to O'Callahan. Down low on the left. To the corner. Up high, this one finds Robinson. Behind the goal now. To the right side. Thinks about the shot. Turns back. To center again. Along the left. BC. Back behind the goal again. Thinks about the pass. Sends this one to Sampson. Up high to Robinson. Sampson again. Sampson behind the goal. Up high. BC not afraid to take their time on this opportunity. Back in front again. And that'll be a goal there. Coming off the stick of Cole Sampson. Fourth quarter, 17-2 is your score. And we've got a face-off. Pinned down quick. Quebec with the face-off win. And we're going to see some celebrations over on the bench. Quebec getting fairly hyped that their offense is able to start out there. It'll get stolen back by BC. Downey with it, charging down left over to the other side. Trying to set it up. Knocked wide. BC trying to get it back. Quebec gets the steal. Down low here. The Quebec player gets knocked down. And it looks like we're going to get some potential flags here. This one is going to be given to Roach. It's going to be a 1-minute slashing call. He's going to be sitting for BC. Quebec with it. Pushing in on the left side. Back up high. Long shot from Quebec. Goaltender getting in front of it. In the crease now, that's Tyler Williams. We're back loading up, and they're going to bury that one. Bench pretty excited about it. (17-3) now your score. Roach still sitting in the box here for BC. 9-3 Ontario on our other field here. And it looks like we've now got 2 BC players sitting in the box. Downey and Roach, as Ontario is going to be 2 men up here. for a short amount of time. Quebec starting with the ball. We've got a flag in the air again. And it looks like we're going to be getting a third member of the party in the box for BC. Cox, Downey, and Roach all sitting. BC, Quebec long shot, excuse me. Second chance, won't go. Williams staying strong. Downey now gone, as now it's only 2 men in the box for BC. And it looks like Roach is now gone as well. Only 1 man down. Quebec on offense. Left side. And Cox has left the box as well. And it looks like we now have even strength, but it won't last too long, as that will do it for this matchup here on Field 2. Final score 17-3. BC coming out with a win. And the next time we see this BC squad will be in the gold medal for the U17 matchup. And as of right now, it is currently looking like their opponent is going to be Ontario, who are currently up 9-3 over Saskatchewan. So make sure to stick around all afternoon here on CROW LAX for the medal games, as we'll have all of them coming up to you in just a little bit. But for now, if this is the last I get to see you, make sure to have a good afternoon